second bathroom in the house, down in the basement. And that normally is a pretty big deal by the time you dig up the concrete floor to run the piping below grade. Well, a few weeks ago I came out here and I proposed an alternative that didn't require any piping to be run below the basement floor. But it did require a fair amount of prep work on his part. Let's see how he made out. Hey, Scott.
Yeah.
Hi, Scott.
Hey, Rich.
How are you? Nice to see you.
Good to see you again.
Look at this place. What a change.
Definitely a lot of work, a lot of nights and weekends. I framed up the walls.
Excellent.
We have all the rough electrical, rough plumbing in place.
Great. You got your floor in. Now, this is where our pedestal's going right here. You got hot and cold and drain. The work looks excellent. You do that yourself?
Well, by the time I looked into everything, I needed permits.
Yeah.
So I needed a licensed electrician, licensed plumber.
Yeah.
And luckily, I have some friends in the business.
Good for you. All right, so pedestal's there. The new toilet's going to go right here. Your cold water feed right here. Drain connections over here above the floor, and vent. I tell you, you have held up your part of the bargain. Time for me to hold up mine. Let me run to the truck and I'll get the new unit. We'll pull this together.
Sounds great.
All right, Scott. Now this is the toilet unit. It looks like many toilets, but it's a little different. A normal toilet is called a siphon jet, which means that water works its way up through a trapway and turns 180 and goes down this way and discharges out through the floor. Look at this. This unit is like a P-trap, and the discharge goes out through the back, about 6 or 8 inches off the floor.
I noticed that.
Right. Well, the reason for that is because of this unit right here. Just pass me that macerator unit. Now, this is going to sit right here behind the toilet. Here's the discharge from the toilet. We're going to connect right here. We're also going to connect the drain from the lavatory sink into this reservoir. And if you had wanted a shower down here, the shower could have come in right over here. So now when water or waste comes into this reservoir, inside there's a macerator, a pump really, that grinds up any solids, and a little sensor that says when to come on. When it does, it starts pushing the waste out through a little small pipe. Look at that.
That seems very small.
Right, that's only 3/4 of an inch, where a normal drain for a toilet would be 3 inches and go down through the floor. It's going to push out through the top right here, continue up the wall. You can see you've run it beautifully here. And now we could go as high as 16 feet up, as far as 150 feet away, and tie back into the house drainage system.
How do we get started?
It starts by making some PVC connections. All right, we're going to prime and cement this one connection inside the wall. I want to do both this side and that side. Let's see. Here we go. Now give it a 3 count. 1, 2, 3. And now we connect our discharge. To make the connection for our drain from the lavatory, there's a stainless steel breeze clamp. We just have to tighten that up without over tightening. Good. And now on the discharge, there's an adapter provided by the manufacturer. Let me just spin that into place. Like so, and it's a similar connection. 2 down. Now, any plumbing fixture has to be vented, so the vent for this reservoir is right here, and it's going to tie into the vent stack. All right, Scott, why don't you grab that toilet, would you?
Sure.
Now, a traditional toilet would bolt down to a closet flange and connect to the pipe, and that means it would never rock. Well, we don't have a pipe, and we don't have a flange. So I want to be sure this toilet doesn't move. So the manufacturer provides brass lag screws that we want to get down into this subfloor. So we have to put it into place exactly where we want it. Then we need to mark it, pre-drill it, and secure it. To make the connection between the toilet and the macerator, just hold that clamp right there, Scott. We're going to make this porcelain outlet connect with a rubber accordion-style gasket. There we go. Now push it back, pull it on. And finally, we snug it up with another stainless steel clamp. Perfect. Now you can just make up that water supply line. All right, Scott, the water back on?
Water's back on. The tank should be full.
All right, not that I don't trust you, but let me just check. Okay, great. Very good, and I'm very glad to see this. This is the electrical outlet we need for the pump that's in the macerator. And I'm glad to see it's a ground fault circuit interrupted outlet, because anytime you have water near electricity, that's code and that's safe. All right, so water's made, electricity's correct. I think it's time for a test drive.
Richard, why don't you do the honors?
You being polite, or you just think there might be a leak?
A little of both.
All right, well, here we go.
That's a pretty good flush.
Not bad. And there's the macerator pump coming on.
That's pretty quiet.
Not bad, huh?
Yeah.
Well, congratulations, Scott. You officially have a bathroom in your basement.
All that without breaking up the floor?
Absolutely.
Thank you very much, Richard.
It was a lot of fun.
Yes, it was.
It's a clever solution for what would have otherwise have been a really problematic space.
Perfect for that basement application. It's also great in cabins. Many people use them on boats.
How much does something like that cost?
Toilet and macerator is about $850.
That's not bad considering you didn't have to jackhammer up the whole floor and replace it.
Right, sometimes there's no other alternative if you want a bathroom in the basement. Let me show you how it works. Discharge from the toilet is here. Here's the macerator blades, and they'll spin. Okay, there's a pump below it. Discharge comes right up here, out through the top, and there's a check valve.
Nice, good solution. Okay, Richard, why don't
Me?
yeah, go ahead, give it a whirl.
So keep your cards and letters coming. We really love to hear from you. So till next time, I'm Rich Thruthui
And I'm Kevin O'Connor.
I'm Tom Silva.
And I'm Roger Cook.
for Ask This Old House. How'd I do?
All right, but don't get too used to it.
This is so easy.
Don't get used to it. I gotta do something.
If you have a question about your house, email us at asktoh@pbs.org or write to us at the address on the screen.